so here we are in the Saab 9.3 estate, isn't it?
Yes, straight away compared to the convertible we've looked at and the 9.5 we looked at earlier, you can tell you're in a smaller cabin, but it's not central-wise. It's from your knee to the door. It's not got as much room that way, but you've still got plenty of room that way.
Yeah, I think out of one of the Saab ones, it feels slightly gloomy, but it's because everything's black.
But having said that, the half leather seats are faring well.
They are.
And they're comfortable.
We're talking 2008, this one, isn't it?
Yeah,
this
2008.
We've got a mileage of 77,310. Now we compare that with the convertible we looked at, which is on the 90,000 miles, and the difference in age. That just shows how well mileage that convertible's doing. But everything's gone up in spec as you'd appreciate with any car would. We've got a night panel button. We're still keeping that no matter how many years roll by. But things with the display have gone very more modern and crisp, haven't they?
Yeah.
You've got your like brushed like aluminium around all the switches and such.
The thing is, though, and this obviously was a GM era car, these dials here for the air conditioning actually are very similar to what I had in an Astra SRI.
Right.
When I was in Ireland a few years ago. And in a way, they're not exactly the same, but they are very, very similar.
So you can see that this is when they was under the ownership of GM Motors and that, and they had to do basically what they were supposed to do, what GM wanted them to do. They did to a point, but Saab knew better. And we can actually see in most cases the reasons why. Because what they were building before, they knew they could build good cars, and they had the good ideas.
And there are still some Saab touches in here.
There is.
You've still got the handles for the.
I always like these toggle things for the vents. They're a very good touch. They are. They seem to be wearing better than the older Saab. These seem more flimsy and looser. But obviously, I think that's the nature of the plastics. And you don't just get that in the later on Saabs. I think you get it in a lot of cars. We've still got the original ignition key down there, which I always like.
But we also have this strange cup holder.
Saabs were always very odd with the cup holders.
Actually, I'm not even sure it's supposed to be a cup holder.
We're not sure if it is. I don't know.
Oh yes, it is.
It is. That's how it doubles up as a cup. You see, there again. Very strange, but there it is. I notice how the design, how it sweeps around the cabin here, but when you put the handbrake down,
it blends in.
It blends in with the surroundings, which I think that's a good idea.
That is.
It's a really good design, and this was all what Saab were about. Mentioning cup holders, that one's a right shock. When that comes out, I remember the one that used to press, and I liked that one.
The one with the 9.5?
Yeah, I think a lot of thought and design had gone into that cup holder. I think there were massive meetings about that. But this one, it's a bit of a surprise is how that comes out. But I like how it neatly folds away.
The compartment there complete with 12-volt connection.
Oh yes. A very generous size that. Now one thing I've noticed when we're on about spaces and cubby holes and stuff like that.
It slides
adjustable.
forward.
Yeah. I found no means of opening the glove box until I saw that button. And voila, a nice big generous glove compartment there, which sweeps back.
That's bigger than the 9.5s, wasn't it?
I think it was, because I think the 9.5 had a separate inside piece, like a shelving, which I think sort of restricted you putting bigger stuff in. But I really like that touch of, it's a bit James Bond-y that to me. I expect if you press it, a little lights go along and it opens up. Then you've got to put a thumb code on it or something, and you can impress people saying it'll only unlock like that. It's different. And that's Saab, isn't it?
We've got the controls on the steering wheel for the various functions. It looks like we've got radio there and cruise control.
Yeah, I think we'd have a cruise control with a bit of a motorway monster like this one, to be fair.
But couple of buttons. It's a bit gloomy down here, so you can't see.
This is the thing, isn't it, about gloominess in this? Boy, it's a damn good job that it has a light interior above. Yeah.
How many lights? Like something out of Close Encounters.
Well, we've got 4 there, haven't we? We've got a right cluster of lights, and no point. The vanity mirrors again all got lighting on.
Oh yes.
This time though, they've put switches on
Yeah, they're actually on
by
the doors.
near the handles for the windows and such. So they've lost that idea there. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not as if they haven't got the room, because I still think we could have incorporated them somewhere around here,
Yeah.
or maybe even at the front here.
Or even just got rid of that holder there.
Yeah.
Put them there. There's actually a very, very generous storage area here underneath where the radio and the centre console is. Certainly bigger than the 9.5s and the 900s.
Yeah, nice storage space there, isn't there? You have plenty of legroom and you've tons in the back, but obviously again this is an estate, so
Yeah.
you'd expect all that. I will point out, as one video mentions it, a car that does not come with any grab handles,
Oh yeah.
and it's got them all the way around, so no one misses out if they need to grab themselves out, or even while they're in the car, just adjust themselves in the seat.
We have airbags.
Side impact airbags, aren't we, for the pillars and things? They're always a good touch. You've got them in the pillars going further back.
And the very generous boot space as well.
Now let's not forget, you've got the airbags here, but you've still got the trademark of Saab of whopping pillars.
Yeah.
The thickness.
Not quite as thick, but pretty much there.
Yeah. I think you could tell that this was going the way of GM Motors, wasn't it? It was going to what they wanted, and that was it. And Saab wanted to make it even more safer, and these were the issues started. Saab wanted to be Saab, and who can blame them?
The only thing missing, we've still got the same 3-cluster dashboard as we have in the 900 and the 9.5. But the only thing missing is, on this one, with it being the diesel, is the turbo.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there is no turbo. There's no turbo.
Right, yeah, because obviously this is a
turbo
diesel.
gauge.
We have noticed it's a 6-speed gearbox for this.
6-speed gearbox, and this is where we're going to get a few little quirks of UK vehicle tax. This is around about 120 brake horsepower, and because of the emissions on it with being a diesel, probably 2-litre diesel, then we are looking at around about £130 in tax a year, which may well be going up soon. But the next car, that's going to be a little bit different.
So we're in a much, let's say, different but similar car, aren't we?
Yeah, it's another 9.3. You've got pretty much exactly the same interior, but you've got the cream and black contrast, which immediately lightens the whole car.
What a difference it seems to make this to be in. This is a 2011 model, so we've gone up from 2008. We're talking nearly about the same spec, but this is a Saloon.
And still with the 6-speed gearbox.
A lovely 6-speed gearbox.
How many miles is it done?
We're doing 66,233, so not bad at all. It's had its normal running, let's say. It won't even be running at that sort of mileage. They've kept the same contrast as they brushed around all the instruments and switches and stuff.
Yeah.
But it feels a nicer place to be sat in purely because of this seating colour and everything.
It's lighter, it's more airy.
It is.
And you wouldn't actually believe you were sat in the same car.
And we do have a turbo one
turbo
on this, so
yeah,
that obviously that's another good touch.
So we've got exactly the same setup for the vents.
We have, yeah, we've got the lovely toggle switches, feel exactly the same quality again. So this actually shows, I think they went for lighter plastics and things,
Yeah.
easy to move, because of the difference in age, but they feel exactly the same.
Yeah.
There's no, oh, this feels tighter because it's newer sort of thing. It feels exactly the same. So the 2008 one is still holding its own exactly the same in build quality and wearing well as this is. Keys
in the same place.
As lovely, what we always like for Saabs. because you feel like you're in a fighter jet. I can see where they get this from, because you feel like you're really doing something different.
Yeah.
So the ignition down there, which I love, but like the Estate, the controls for the windows and such and things are all up by the doors now and that, which is a big change from the original Saab convertible we saw. But it looks like we've got green display, like I think we had green in the other one.
Yeah.
You've got your night panel button, which I think Saab would have fought tooth and nail to keep that night panel button, no matter what GM Motors or whoever owned them would say. So we've got all the generous cubby hole again, for where the armrest is.
But the thing I've noticed, I thought that might be the only 12-volt socket. When you open the ashtray,
We have a second one that's actually not far between, and you've already got two 12-volt power units straight away,
yeah,
which is really good. All the lights again, so you've ample lighting in that cluster. Your rear lighting as well, you've got plenty.
you've also got your ambient sensor
For the mirror, yeah. Now this is what I mean about how that really older model is wearing well. Because when you look at this steering wheel, this is its normal wear, and it's shiny and all around perfect wear, but looks nearly about the same as what that right down there does. So how well that one is standing up still, if this is your normal sort of wear.
Yeah.
That must say a lot about Saab build quality, it was.
Definitely.
Because there's not a lot of cars with a lasted like that. It's typical Saab, isn't it? And it is a nice place to be. I really think, again, this will have been on the motorway, let's say. It's had some good runs, this car, about.
But here's what I was sort of alluding to with the strange tax situation in the UK.
Oh, yes.
The Estate was a diesel, 2 litre, and 120 brake horsepower, and it would be about £140 a year in tax. This one is a more powerful engine, and it is £30 a year in tax, or £32 a year in tax. But it's all down to emissions.
Yeah.
And
that's what did it, didn't it?
Yeah. So the theory being that this should have less carbon dioxide output, and probably, to be fair, the power and the reduction in emissions has come from the turbo.
Yeah.
Because that's where you've got an advantage with the EcoSport. You've got a 1 litre engine.
Yeah.
But you've got 1 horsepower less than the Nissan, the new Nissan small SUV's 1.6 litre engine. The difference being yours is turbocharged, theirs is naturally aspirated.
That's it, yeah. So you see a lot of things there that people probably realise when you say what the road tax is on this. Quite surprised there actually when you see the size of the car and all that, and you think, well, you know.
Yeah, what are you getting?
What you're getting. This looks like a really changing the subject, but it looks like a lovely close gearbox.
That is exactly the same as the one, certainly the gear lever is exactly the same one that's in the diesel.
It is, yeah.
Both of them are 6-speed vehicles as well. Oh, there's a few more buttons down here.
We found some extra buttons, which I'm not sure if they're on. Oh, it's for the heated seats, isn't it?
Yeah.
Aircon off, hazards, heated seats, rear
So this one
windscreen.
has full leather.
Yes, the other was half leather, wasn't it? But at a glance, I didn't realise, because it was such a dark, gloomy interior there. And when you just look through the window, you think the seat, because you see the edges, you just naturally think it's all black leather.
And the thing is, you can actually see the quality of the leather just by looking at it.
Yeah.
You don't need to be worrying about too much about it being too thin or anything like that.
They didn't skimp on leather at all.
Well, that was the thing. That was Saab didn't skimp, and that was part of the problem.
They didn't skimp on anything, did they really? I think Saabs are always big and generous in everything. I think the leg room in the back, and also when you position your seat for
Your
the
seat's
driver.
right back, and there's still quite a lot of leg room directly behind you.
And as we commented before, the sculpture of the rear seats on all of them, even the convertible, they're just like sofas. They're just like big, comfy leather sofas.
Yeah.
They really are, and they're an inviting place to be. It's just like that comfy old slipper, isn't it? That you feel. It really is, and keep you safe. Such a safe vehicle as well.
Yeah, they do.
So there's the Saab trio. I don't know what Malcolm actually thinks of which would be his favourite out of the three, which if he could drive one away.
Out of the three, my favourite would be the convertible.
But I think you wouldn't drive that away.
I'd drive this one.
So Malcolm would take this one away, but yet his favourite is the convertible. My favourite is the convertible. Give me £2,000, please. And I drive the convertible away. As much as I admire and like these, I've had big cars like this, and I've never had an estate, but I've never had a convertible.
See, the reason I'd drive this one away, and don't get me wrong, I'd still have the convertible.
Yeah.
If I had the money and had the choice of getting a car right now, I would get this one.
Yeah.
Because it's got 3 seats in the back and 3 seat belts.
Yeah.
Whereas the convertible, even though in the 900 Saloon it had 3 seats in the back,
Yeah.
you've only got 2 in the convertible.
In the convertible.
So you actually lose part of the capacity. And there's been a few times when I have 5 people in the back.
Yeah.
Well, not 5 people in the back, but 5 people in the car.
My point is that what I've seen of the convertible, I look at the mileage and I compare the mileage with these, and these have done a lot more for their age
Yeah.
of what that has. I still think there's more to get out of the convertible, and for the price it is, it's a
Yeah, but do you know what really swings it for me?
whopping bang for you. But what swings it for you with this one,
Yeah, besides the seats.
beside the seats? I'm not quite sure.
£32 a year tax.
So yeah, the tax, yeah, because obviously we know the other two, the convertible and the estate, would be more in tax. I've had cars that I've had. My Mondeo and I paid £30 road tax. That was what my diesel 2-litre Mondeo was. And then I've gone the other way where I've had a Focus RS and I've paid 300 and odd road tax.
Yeah.
And I shudder to think what I would be paying for that now if I had it, probably about 500 and odd quid maybe. I don't know.
I don't think it's not gone up that much actually, to be fair.
I just don't know because I don't own them vehicles now, but I've had a very, let's say, spectrum of cars that have always thrown up different road taxes.
Yeah.
But the one I've never touched on is a convertible. And I think because I love Saab and how bonkers they are, and that was a Saab when they was really going strong. Yeah. It'd just bring it all back to you, driving one around. It would. Don't get me wrong, if they had a convertible one in this sort of age,
They do.
then they still do.
Yeah.
If there was a convertible one in this sort of age sat here,
There was a convertible 9.3.
I would go for the newer convertible basically for what it is. But that is also the nostalgia and everything of it still.
Yeah, it captures the time, doesn't it?
It does. And it makes it feel special. Yeah. So we both have favourites, but they have different ones which we drive away. So I think that sort of wraps up this little gem we found, this Lanka garage at Kirkheaton that we found with these Saabs here. Which I sort of knew about, but
We
never thought about filming, and they've allowed us to, which hats off to them, great stuff that they have. Because we've seen 3 brilliant Saabs here, which...
And if you need a Saab specialist in the West Yorkshire area, or a Lancia specialist in the
Yes,
West Yorkshire
yeah.
area, Lanka's one of the places to go.
Yes, there'll be all the details of about the garage, where to find it, and such in the video. We'll include as much information as we can. And a big thank you to them. We'll give them a try, because it shows that there is some people out there still going strong.
You could even have a fantastic convertible.
Don't. And don't. If you do buy the convertible and I come back one day and it's gone, I'll be deeply upset. But please, if you do buy it, look after it, enjoy it, because it's Saab and we love them.